stress, blood sugar, blood pressure, stroke, slumping, and sudden death. And to take us on this health talk is the person of Dr. Akinwumi Ojo, the consultant of cardiology at the University of Benin. Give us for stress, blood pressure, stroke, and slumping.
Still working. Sorry.
Want to get a video of their business. However it is, okay like this, I'm only delighted to hear because if you spend, say, 10,000 naira for a talk like this, it's better than spending 10 minutes to cure or treat some kind of problems I'll be talking about this afternoon. So now, this kind of talk is to stimulate us, is to create an awareness, is to remind us about our health, and to make sure that we live a healthy life, and to make sure that we prevent sudden death, as I've been said in the topic. So the topic, once again, is stress, blood glucose, blood pressure. Then we talk about stroke, we talk about slumping, and we talk about sudden death. Now, in a nutshell, just looking at everything together, what we are saying this afternoon is that how do we prevent ourselves from dying suddenly? I'm sure we have read in the newspaper, we have heard about news of people that maybe they just came back from work, entered their houses, and before the next morning, they were just lifeless. I'm sure we have example that they just enter their offices, and before we know it, we just touch them. They are no more. So how do we prevent such occurrence as actually very common nowadays? And that's what we are talking about. And we are talking about what are those factors, what are those things that we can look at, what are those things that we can prevent to avoid such things from happening to us. We should know that God has planned for us to live our life. Long life is our inheritance. But in order to achieve that, we have a lot of things to do in order to achieve that God's plan for our life. In Nigeria, as I talk today, the life expectancy is like 51 years. And of course, in the developed countries, it's more than that. And it's a function of the kind of life that we're living, the kind of healthcare system that we have around, and how serious are we about our health to determine our life expectancy. So talking about those things, the first thing is stress. I will not be standing and defining stress. I always say stress. It's a common word that all of us will know when we talk about stress. In fact, I would say an average Nigerian you don't need to define stress to an average Nigerian, because our daily life, the way we live our life on a daily basis just is stressful. And this stress can be from work, it can be economic, it can be political. Now we are thinking, who become the president of Nigeria? Is it a local or who else? So a lot of factors are there to cause stress for us. Now we talk about brain drain, a lot of establishment people are leaving the country, and the few people that are left behind are doing the work of many people. Just imagine somewhere where you should have like maybe 10 people and 8 are left. I will now say the remaining 2 to do the work of 10 people. There's no way stress will not be in that kind of setting. Those are the factors that are causing stress around. What about our economy? Talk about our exchange rates, our living conditions, the value of things in the market, and by the time you are going to the market the next day, you don't even know what price you're going to meet in the market. Those are things that cause stress. So
we live our life daily and meet this stressful situation. We call them stressors. So how do we prevent all these things from having a negative impact on our health? Studies have shown that stress conditions have a link to heart attack. I'm also saying that people that are seriously anxious have 20 to 40% chances of having heart attack as compared with calmer people. So it shows that we have to check our lifestyle, we have to check what we're doing. Are we the kind that will rest so well, or we just walk? We want to make ends meet, we want to make sure we meet our target, put food on our tables and things like that. So it's good. We have to do that. But at the same time, we have to create time to rest. We have to create time to do exercises like swimming, like jogging, those kind of things help and to alleviate our stressful life. And to go a long way to make sure that we live a healthful life and a long life. And the second thing I was talking about is blood pressure. Very important. Before maybe 10, 20 years ago, when we talk about blood pressure and you see a 25-year-old in front of you, they will just ask you that, what is our blood pressure? Maybe it's elderly people that when you maybe 40, 50, and that's why we talk about blood pressure. But now, we have seen that we have enough evidence to show that even among 18, 20, we are seeing a lot of people in this age bracket coming down with blood pressure. When we say blood pressure, we say normal blood pressure will be 120 over 80. We have two values. The one up and the one down. The one up is called systolic, the one down is called diastolic. For a normal adult to be around 120 over 80. By the time it's higher than that, more than 140 over 90, and we have checked it on at least 2 occasions, at least 4 hours apart. We say that person has hypertension, also called high blood pressure. It is very common. Presently, we have studies that show that about 30% Nigerians, adult Nigerians, have hypertension. Presently, that's statistics. About 30% adult Nigerians, people 18 years and above, are hypertension. Now, that's not the end of the story. Now, 1/3 of that population, 1/3 of that 30%, they are not aware. They are just going about on the streets, going to the market, going to their working places. They are not aware. They have never checked. They have never had any opportunity to check their blood pressure. And most of the time, I need to also say that we can call it a silent killer. Why? Because it doesn't give you any sign. It doesn't disturb you. You don't live your normal life, nothing is happening to you, but there's something happening. Silent killer, no sign, nothing. And we're just doing, and by the time you just are doing maybe a health check or something, or just pass across somebody that has to speak. Let's check. Is 180 over 100. So 1/3 of this population they are not aware. So how do we face this problem? It means that every adult, by the time you are more than 18 years, you should create a time, get to a hospital, let them check your blood pressure. Don't wait until you have a sign. Don't wait until you have headache or you have, I'm not able to sleep, let them to know. Go to the hospital and let them check your blood pressure. A lot of times we don't take particular attention to our health. Why? Because we feel we don't have any problem. We have a lot of things to use money to do. Our children put school fees, want to buy food, want to do a lot of things. So that health sometimes is like number 10 on our list of priority. And even presently now, as I talk now, in many hospitals now we have the doctor, a number of people that come to the hospital. And the reason is that people want to spend their remaining money for Christmas and New Year. They want to manage. I don't want to go to the hospital this time. Maybe by January I will go after New Year. I don't want to go and spend Christmas in the hospital. You know, that's what is happening. So, we need to put a lot of emphasis on our health. We need to put a lot of emphasis on our health. We don't need to have any sign or anything. In the hospital there, Ubth there, we have what we call the wellness clinic at CDC. You don't need to have any complaint to go there. Just go, you are over 40, you are 20 something, just go. Please check my blood pressure. Check my blood sugar. Check my cholesterol. For males that are over 40 years, check your PSA. PSA is prostate specific antigen. You know, in every male we have the prostate gland, which usually enlarges as people get older. You know, and by this PSA you can actually detect if it's just an enlargement or it's going cancerous, and it's going a long way to prevent prostate cancer. That's just a single test. Can go a long way to. So, blood pressure checking is very important. Now, another category of people they have checked. They know they have high blood pressure, but they're not taking their drugs. That's another category. And they will tell you that, doctor, are you saying I'm going to be taking all these drugs for life? Doctor, are you saying 1, 2, 3, 4? Because the drugs are too many. Doctors, I know how to do my own. I know where to take my own drug. When I have headache, I know about time, it's going up, then I will take drug. When the headache comes down, I know that, okay, I'm fine, I won't take. So by the time you take their blood pressure in clinic, their blood pressure is 160 over something. They know they have hypertension. They've been to the doctors. We prescribe drug for them. But they have. That's another group. And the risk for this group is as similar as the other group that are not aware. Because for this ones, their blood pressure will also be high. And because it's high, the general problem that happens in everybody that has a very high blood pressure can also happen in them. So that's why. So if you have been diagnosed with hypertension, you have been given drugs, please take your drugs. Go back to your doctor, let them check and see if the drugs are working. That's another problem. Some people's drugs are given by one chemist somewhere. They're not been to the hospital. So we need to continue to go to the hospital, let them check and see if the drugs are working, if they need to add something else, if they need to remove something, if you have side effect of the drug. Go to your doctor and complain. They can replace the drug and give you something else in order to live a healthy life. And the next thing I'm talking about is blood sugar. That one is also very common. Blood glucose higher than 126 milligram per day. When we have that on 2 occasions, say the person has diabetes. Now, some people say, I'm not eating sugar now, I don't need to eat sugar, all this much, I don't take it. But I can't have diabetes. It's not true. Sometimes you want a family. Sometimes you are genetically have a risk to develop. So whether you take sugar or not, if you will have it, you will have it. And the only way you can know is to do a check. It's not written on the face. Sometimes when people say, okay, they are passing too much urine, yes. They are taking too much water, yes. They are losing weight, yes. But it's not everybody that have those kind of signs. If you don't check, there is no way you can know. Or if you check, you can be treated and you can live a normal life. Now, talk about slumping, people just standing up, and just slump. Now, it's very common, but I want to say that on some occasions, that's the first time that it will happen. You have to audition like that, I'll just, no sign, someone just not for the first time. I've never had any sign before. There was no time I had dizziness, there was no time I was having something in the eye or that was turning, nothing. It's the first time I just have slumping. But on many occasions, there have been signs that was neglected. When I say neglected, the sign can be some chest pain that because I walk a long distance to the okay, let me rest. After resting, the chest pain is I'm fine. No problem. You neglect that first sign. The second time it may happen that is something more serious. So there are some things that when it happens, you don't just take it for granted or just, any chest pain, however small it is, especially if you are hypertensive, especially if you have your cholesterol is very high, especially if you are diabetic, any chest pain in those kind of people, please, it's not a child play. Take it serious. Because that will be the first sign, the first warning sign. The second time something like that will happen, it might be disastrous. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Please, are you following me?
Yes.
So that's the first thing. It can be some palpitation. When I say palpitation, you are just aware that our heart is beating. On a normal day, we're not supposed to be aware that our heart is beating. It's just quiet, they're beating quietly. By the time you start becoming aware that your heart is beating fast, there's a problem there. So that's maybe a small sign to check. Because you just tell nothing serious, John. The next time something might happen, there will be something more disastrous. So we should not neglect those small, short messages that our hearts give to us. At times we get those signs, those messages, let's rush to the hospital and get a check. And of course, it's always better to treat at those early stage before it gets complicated. Presently, the price of managing some of these health conditions like heart attack in Nigeria now is very high. It's very high. In fact, some of the markets that we use to reperfuse, when we say reperfuse, and if somebody vessel is blocked, we need to open it up so that the vessel can open well and supply the air. They are not really available. So that's why people have the opportunity to pick those things when they are still very small. It's better than to wait until when it gets complicated. Now, what about stroke? Now, stroke is very, very, it's very common and very dramatic. Let me tell you how it usually happens. They will say somebody is in church today. What is in church today? Or somebody went for a political rally and was very active, was able to give speaker, and before you know it, just sleeps. And next thing, occasionally some headache, sometimes vomiting, before you know it, loss of consciousness, before you know it, one part of the body is not moving. But by the time you get to the hospital, check the blood pressure, it's 220/120. That's the typical way. And by the time I ask the question very well, as I said, I know I'm hypertensive, if you're taking his drugs, but let's see the drug now, it's nowhere to be found. So, there are actually two types of stroke. There is one we call hemorrhagic. Hemorrhagic is that because of the tiny blood vessels in the brain, the high pressure has caused a rupture of those tiny vessels. So there's now a bleeding into the brain. Most of the time it's uncontrolled blood pressure that causes that one. Most people that have those kind of stroke, if you check their blood pressure, you get surely high. And most of the time, because of the volume of the blood inside that brain that cannot expand because of the skull, you're unconscious, most of the time the survivor in that situation is not encouraging. So the only thing we can do is to prevent such. When it happens, survivor is questionable. There is absolutely little or nothing to be done at that instance. So the best bet is to prevent this blood pressure. And how do you prevent it? Get tested. If you have blood pressure, take your medication. Go back to your doctor, let them check your blood pressure and see if it is well controlled. If it is well controlled, you are fine. You know, normal life, I think nothing has happened to you. There are a lot of people, 60 years, they are on their baby medicine. No problem. And they are living fine. They don't tell you that they have blood pressure, who know. So it's better to do that than to prevent stroke. Now the second type of stroke is the one that there is a clot that blocks the vessel that supplies the brain. Most of the time from hypertension, from blood sugar. And for people that even survive stroke, it's not the survivor. I'm talking about people that don't survive. This is not the survivor. The dependency of such people. I tell somebody one side of the hand and leg is paralyzed. And depending on the degree, so you cannot use that hand and leg for a long time. So that means to go to toilet, to go to bedroom, to go for your lectures, you need an assistant. So that dependency is a serious problem. It's not the kind of life you want for your enemy. And that's why we're emphasizing on such a gathering like this to check our blood pressure, check our blood sugar, check our cholesterol. If they are high, let's go to the hospital, let the doctor give us medications for such things to prevent this kind of problem. Now, out of sudden death, each of these that I mentioned before can cause sudden death. And the commonest cause of sudden death now, most of the time is cardiovascular, from heart attack, from stroke, as I've mentioned. Those are things that can cause sudden death. And the way we can avoid or prevent them is to go to the hospital, let them check your blood pressure, check your blood sugar. And other thing that we need to also emphasize before I close, alcohol, you need to check it. So people say alcohol is good for your health. Yes, but at what level, at what quantity? You know, how do you minimize it to less than 21 units per week, which is the recommended unit. You know, you need to see your doctor for that. So we need that. Cigarette smoking, you need to check it because it's also related. So we cannot just talk about blood pressure or blood sugar without emphasizing on those other things because they are related together and they cause same kind of havoc. So in conclusion, I want to enjoin us. So please, everybody here, we are adults. So it shows that all of us, even if you are 21 or 20, as I conclude, please find time to check your blood pressure. Don't say I'm too young for that. No, go and check your blood pressure. And if it's high, see a doctor, he'll give you something. If you are taking medicine already for blood pressure, please stick to your medication. Go to your doctor, let them check and see how you are doing with your drugs. Thank you very much. Let me stop here so that